Many of you have asked when I'd be visiting, and finally, I was able to drop by.
No hubiera pensado que yo me iba a enamorar, jamás no quería saber nada más, nunca más.
Mexico as a whole has been on my bucket list since I can remember. And while there are a vast amount of places and cultures that I hope to one day experience within Mexico itself, I started in Mexico City because I had a friend who I'd been promising I'd visit.
Look who I found.
Hi! Here, finally.
Finally. We're very excited. It's our first day. Well, my first day.
Yeah.
Today we're just exploring the city a little bit, and then like just a little bit before we end up going out and doing a bunch of things, but we don't have anything super planned.
Just a calm day, exploring local neighborhoods and stuff.
Yeah, so we'll see where it takes us.
Cada vez más fuerte.
Jake is a bruja, who I met through TikTok and was the first and only person I have ever purchased tarot readings through. And as I mentioned, I told him I would visit and meet in person.
Nunca más, pero el amor llega así, de esa manera, cuando uno menos se lo espera. Se abrió la puerta y sin pensar, dejas entrar.
The first day of me settling in, we explored some of the neighborhood. And the next day was when the activities started.
Que yo siempre de quererte, de amarte y admirarte, ay amor, no te preocupes.
Okay. I caught that on camera. Canceled.
I'm sorry, don't cancel me.
Okay, so today Jake and I are going to go to the witchcraft market.
Mercado Sonora. Really excited, lots of witchy things. Let's do it.
I'm excited.
The market was absolutely packed, which I was told that this volume was unusual. But we assumed it may be due to the upcoming holidays, like Halloween and Dia de los Muertos. Immediately when I arrived, I could tell that Mexico's spiritual energy was much higher than many places I've been. There are a lot of practitioners here, and it shows. We ended up finding some bracelets that caught both of our eyes, got matching ones, as well as some candles I just had to have. If you want to know more about Mexico City's market culture, Jake actually has a full video on that. I'll link it below. Alright, so today Jake and I are going to Tepito.
It is where Santa Muerte was first discovered in the 1940s. The first of the month they do a blessing event. It's going to be particularly crazy because it is Dia de los Muertos today as well, but
we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping that maybe I can purchase maybe a small statue from the vendors there.
for sure.
This La Santa Muerte event happens every first of the month in Tepito.
Fuiste perdiendo entre las sombras.
People bring their statues to stand in the long line to make it to the main altar to be blessed and give their offerings. The street was aligned with vendors and devotees who set up their altars along the street, and people handed out bread, candles, and other gifts for people who may have not had something to give as an offering. It all felt very community-based. I can't explain to you how meaningful this experience was for me. To see other devotees who truly meant it, to see her being venerated in such a vulnerable and raw way, with people asking for large favors of her, beginning at the very back of the line and crawling on their knees to show their devotion.
Mirada que yo vi fue la misma que me diste en aquel despedir, aquel abrazo vino a ser el último que te di, tu mano en mi mano, todo me lo sabía decir.
After we had enough of the crowds, we then made our way to the Vasconcelos Library, a short metro right away. This place I had seen on social media and I saved because I wanted to go. As we all know, I love libraries, especially big, beautiful ones, and this one was stunning. With 6 floors of floating shelves to browse, a painted whale skeleton suspended in the middle of the main hallway, and a garden in the back, this was probably one of the most beautiful libraries I've ever seen.
No quería soltarte, no podía dejarte ir, el miedo a perderte no me dejaba respirar.
I was trying to get a clip of the display that they had for Dia de los Muertos, but a small group of people kept standing in every spot I wanted to film, despite me trying to move around them. Now, I want to pause here really quick and talk about the people I overheard in the library, to this big, breathtaking library, and while standing and taking videos of the festive decorations, I overheard some other foreigners say things like this.
I don't know, I'm not impressed.
I also honestly expected because on the pictures it looked.
But we can just maybe walk in.
Yeah.
The whole conversation was between these 3 people, one of them seeming very irritated with the fact that there was a very large crack in the cement of the walls of the library. They were saying things like, well, why would you just leave it like that? It's kind of an eyesore. It makes it look trashy. Listen, maybe considering that this area is prone to earthquakes, but I digress. The 2 went on to talk about how they really weren't impressed with the city, how they thought it was going to be more extravagant, or how they disliked that it wasn't as clean as they expected. Hi, editing Olivia here. I'm gonna pop in really quick because this whole situation going from the La Santa Muerte event to this beautiful library kind of made me really, really mad that day and still makes me pretty mad. But I have personally venerated La Santa Muerte for a few years. I wouldn't really say that I work with her, and the reason I bring that up is because La Santa Muerte, if you don't know anything about her, she is basically a saint, but she's not really accepted by the Catholic Church. She is known to answer to and help people who the Catholic Church won't. A lot of outsiders, people who the Catholic Church does not take care of, she will, because she's not biased. She's death itself. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but the reason I don't really consider myself to work with her is because I don't really ask her for anything, or I don't work with her, right? Like, I don't put her into a lot of my spell works. I feel strange asking this spirit that people ask most of the time out of a last resort. She is a spirit that people work with when you don't really have any other choice, or when you feel like no one else will listen or take you in. And I have a lot of privilege in a lot of different layers. I have everything that I personally feel like I need to be comfortable and to be safe. I almost feel like working with her would almost be taking up space. I don't know. Regardless, that's kind of why I don't say that I work with her, because I don't feel like I really do. Now, going from an event like the La Santa Muerte Blessing event, where this place has seen a lot of poverty, does see a lot of people not getting their basic needs met. This is why these people are going to La Santa Muerte. And to see this, desperation, to see these people really be going into this as their last resort, and then to go to this beautiful library with these other foreigners who are also visitors, get upset about a crack in the wall, or, say like, I'm not impressed. And it's just, I think that was just so viscerally enraging to me. it was just this huge stark difference of privilege and to look at this gorgeous library and be like, there's a crack in the wall. You know, in a place that's prone to earthquakes, like, yeah, there's probably going to be cracks in the buildings. Regardless of how your privilege goes wherever you are, like, you should be nothing but grateful with the fact that this country is allowing you to visit, to be a guest. And especially in a place like Mexico where people are very welcoming to visitors and they are excited to share their culture, you should be grateful. You should understand that that is a privilege. This is not something that you get to go out and sightsee and nitpick, because this is not your home. This is not your culture, and you have zero context about the land, about the culture, about the people. So even if there's something that, you know, I see or experience in a different country or a different culture, and there's a point that it makes me uncomfortable, or maybe I just like personally don't like it, that is not an opening for me to feel like I'm better than that or to speak of it like I'm better than that, because I'm not. I just come from a place that it's different. And so I think it was just incredibly frustrating for me to go from the blessing event and watching these people really put forth everything they possibly have, because this is kind of their last resort, to somebody who I don't feel like has ever experienced, I mean, obviously this is an assumption, I don't know, but like has ever experienced difficulties in their life to that extent. And then to come to a place that they don't know anything about, clearly, and to be unimpressed. Anyway, it just frustrated me to a very deep regard. I just feel like that was such a petty thing. Like, it's a public library, and you're getting upset about a crack in the wall. They were probably European, and you're upset with a crack in the wall. Like, as if your very old buildings don't have cracks. Close off this very messy rant that was just very frustrating. I don't really talk about me and my relationship with La Santa Muerte because that's, you know, personal between me and her. There's a reason I don't really talk about it. Don't ask me too many questions. I am definitely not somebody to ask questions about La Santa Muerte. If you have questions, I would go to Franny. I'll link their stuff down below, because they actually have courses on La Santa Muerte. So, and also they are indigenous to Mexico. So, you know, there's that, like, I would rather have you learn from an indigenous person who actually knows and has this deep understanding of relationship with La Santa Muerte. Don't ask me questions. I am not the person. It's all of that to say, don't be a privileged asshole when you travel. Okay? Just enjoy and be grateful, because people do not need to welcome you as a guest in their home and in their country, especially if you're going to be a dick. So don't be a dick. Okay, that's it. On to the video. Bye. The next day, Jake and I explored some of the city to check out the decorations and the different ofrendas that they had set up. We stumbled upon a historical cemetery where they were holding performances. Many of the cemeteries here in the city are closed off to the public, so it was a special treat to be able to explore this one.
These sponges are terrible.
Oh my god, it literally just like zoomed in. All right, we're getting ready for going out. What? Oh, hello. Huh?
We're going to the historic center.
We're going to the historic center?
Yeah, the Zócalo, Centro Histórico. They have a whole bunch of ofrendas there. We're gonna go celebrate the dead, make sure they're remembered and well fed, helping others go into the astral or to transform into wherever the fuck they go. It's terrible. Yeah, we're really excited for it.
Wherever they go. So we're doing our makeup. I think I'm gonna have Jake do my makeup, but we'll see how it goes.
She wants to see how I look first.
Yeah. Then I'll be like, then we'll see.
No, thank you.
Yeah, but it'll be fun to go out on the town, see if anybody else is dressed up. I assume they will be, but we'll see. And I also am always hungry here. I just always want to eat. I always want to eat things because everything is so good.
I'm like, I want makeup too.
Yeah. Look cute.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, we look cute. ¿Estamos listos?
Sí, vamos.
Later that night, we headed out to the historical center with our face painted to match the occasion. While it certainly wasn't the traditional way of celebration, it was still a lot of fun to see the people and the city itself dressed to the nines. We ended up heading back pretty early in the night. As two introverts, we'd had enough of the crowd for the day.
Se encontraron a pesar de todo, porque la vida.
On Sunday, Jake and I went to Mercado Lagunia, where he sells his magical supplies. I took this time to paint in my sketchbook a little bit.
Construyeron su castillo de amor y pasión. Pasaron años y la llama se fue apagando. Se fueron olvidando.
And then we stopped at a coffee shop to get some editing done before we grabbed ramen for dinner.
Cada vez más alejados y callados. La soledad acompañada es lo peor.
Oh my god.
Okay, so first of all, I just learned that I can film and log on my phone.
She knew this for forever. She just didn't try it.
That's true. But now we're gonna go look at this bookstore before we try to check out this bakery.
She was
the
best female chef in the world in 2023. It's Rosetta. There's another name to it, but Rosetta. It's good. It's amazing. They have these guava pastries. We'll show footage. You'll see.
Yes. Okay.
El amor es lo más fuerte y poderoso. Esa alegría en la que hay dolor.
¿El envuelto de estrella?
¿Quieres?
Seguridad en el que hay temores. Sin embargo,
Wake me up. Your viewers are gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with him?
Nothing is perfect.
Get into this ginger lemonade. You ain't never had this.
Okay, Jake and I had a really long day, so we're gonna head back. We're very tired, but very full. Oh God.
I already told y'all, nothing like this. I'm so stupid.
I'm gonna be alone tomorrow, thank God.
I know, she gets a day off tomorrow, but the day after that, she's stuck with me all day again.
Yeah, so we're gonna go back. I'm probably just gonna edit a little bit, read a book, and then I'm gonna pass out. And then tomorrow, I'm just gonna be off on my own, exploring, seeing where I end up. Yep.
Bye.
Bye. So yesterday when I had my solo day, that was the election results day. So all I did was go to a bookstore and draw because I wanted to just kind of be somewhere else for now. And today's my last day. I'm kind of sad about it, but you know, I'll come back. I adore Mexico. And go home and be able to process everything. I will see you in the next one. I hope that you enjoyed. And as always, best of luck. Be kind to each other, and may your gods treat you as you've treated others. Bye.
Dear guests, we are descending for landing. Please put your belongings in the overhead lockers or under your seat and fasten your seatbelt. If we do have to evacuate, you must leave all items behind to prevent blocking the exits. Before landing, we recommend you read the safety card which is in your seat pocket or behind the seat in front of you. Thank you.